really enjoyed my time here at the spa. It's been a week officially since I've been here and slept here. The first few days, I really took it in. There's so many amenities that are wonderful. There's a restaurant in here, there's a hot tub, there's massages available if you would like for more purchase, there's a gym. I recently, as of 2 days ago, begun the gym. I've been slowly trying to use the more amenities just because of how long I've been here and staying here. I don't know when I'm leaving. I've been getting in my head a lot of feeling accepted about being here. First, I thought maybe I'm starting to feel unwelcome because they give me looks. Whenever they approach me to ask me to go pay, I took it as a sign that they don't want me here, even though they are fully obligated to ask me to go pay. There was just a mix-up. Like, I knew when I first came here to pay every single day, but there was this one time where I didn't pay, or I went to go pay, and the person told me not to, that it could just like accumulate and you just pay at the end. So for 2 days after that, I didn't pay on time. Like, I would pay after they would fine me because I just assumed since that person said I don't have to pay, it's fine and I could accumulate it. But it's honestly more reasonable to actually pay every day because you have your day with a bracelet here, and then you order your food through here, so you have a built-up tab. It also helps me keep track of my own money. It's difficult because I keep thinking, should I go on an Airbnb? When I first got here, I was praising it so much about how it's a cheaper alternative to hotels. When I say that, I meant it's cheaper day by day. It's starting to build up now. I'm having it in my head where I keep trying to say I'm taken care of, I'm meant to be here, because as I have been here, I have received proof that I'm taken care of. Even when I started feeling some doubts, it felt like the staff would be a little bit nicer. A part of me wants to tell them that I've been so happy to feel so safe here, enjoying this treat, enjoying this luxury, because my homeless journey has been so rough and so tiring that at this point, this kind of luxury, this treat, I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful I can provide this for myself alongside other people helping me. It's been really honored and amazing. A part of me wants to get an Airbnb to be a little bit more cost effective, but when I see the pricing of the Airbnbs compared to this, it's really hard to walk away from this. I don't want to put myself in a vibration to be going backwards at all. Before coming here, I was okay with absolutely anywhere. And if it was at a low price, even better, because it was my situation. But since helping my material lack by being in New Jersey, coming from New Jersey to here, bringing myself in environments and in situations that I want to keep calling in for myself, I want to live a life of luxury. I want to live a life of ease and comfort, all these great, amazing things. I think it's great to want to have these things. I'm so grateful for whatever does come my way. It's not that I have to have luxury to live, but I like luxury. I like luxury. It's a blockage to your own blessings if you deny what having a lot of money can do for you. I feel like in this time and age, it's really easy to shame people who have money and shame what they decide to do with it. Of course, and understandably, there's a huge financial gap that's really unfair, 100%. Well, I've come from being broke, living in my car, to what I'm becoming right now, and it's 100% possible to make that kind of internal shift to see what you actually will call in based on how you feel about money, about how you feel within yourself. This is not to say I will forget my humble beginnings. No way. I'm not trying to erase how I've grown up. I don't want to forget that I didn't have a privileged life growing up. I want to fully remember where I came from, 100% and all the way. I think it's so important to remember where you came from. I still want to explore things that don't cost a lot of money. Like, I'm not trying to come into this elevated luxury space and only expect to experience stuff like this. When I travel, I would want to experience the luxury, see the really nice things of the country, but also go towards the rural areas, talk to the people who live there. Like, I want to experience everything of life. I don't want it to be like, oh, now I'm reached a different tax bracket, I'm too good for what I came from. That's not it for me, and it's never been like that. When I was younger and I thought of being a celebrity and seeing what that felt like to me, I never wanted to have all that money just for myself. Like, of course I wanted to do all the things I wanted to do with my money. Like, I love experiencing stuff, so I would still prioritize that. It was more so to give away. I want to be so abundant that I literally can help others. That's my trajectory right now. I don't want any part of me on the inside to change because, one, I've worked really, really hard these past 3 years, especially to become who I am and be confident in that. And I don't want money to change that of me. The only thing I want money to change of me is my access. What I'm access to. I don't want to be worried of not having a roof. Boom, money. I don't want to worry about being hungry. Boom, money. Like, I want my survival skills to be taken care of and not worried. That's what I want. If I wanted it to be in certain spaces and places, I'm allowed. Like, you are allowed to have whatever you want as long as you know you're going to work for it and towards it, no matter what that looks like to other people, because your work ethic and your work could be different from how other people are. I've had so many people try to compare their work ethic and their dreams and goals and their own capabilities or limitations onto me. It was distracting. It was so distracting whenever I would take it in. I'm learning now that when people say things to you like that, it's coming from a place of their own understanding of their own life, and they can't help but try to share it that way. Who really wants to feel like they're not doing enough? You know, who really wants to feel like there is so much more to life, but I'm just gonna stay stagnant? Like, no one really wants to feel like that. So I understand when people try to help me with advice. I think why I get so frustrated when it comes to that is no one has asked me what I have or haven't tried. They just go right into suggesting something. Before, it used to make me feel belittled. Like, I guess I used to have my ego so strong when it came to that it would make it seem like they were thinking I wasn't smart enough to think of that either. That's how I felt. I praise my intellect so much that I know sometimes it gets in the way and I could sound a little bit arrogant. I get that. I do that. I do. But my intention is solely for everyone to take a step back and understand. Biggest triggers is having things assumed for me. I hate when people don't ask me stuff and it's concerning my life. You know, people want to act all high and mighty and say, oh, why did you make that decision? Or why did you choose to do that in your situation? But no one asks me what I do every day or not. So why does anyone have a say what my money looks like? I've been called a scammer because I'm now in a spa compared to living in a car last year. I've been called a scammer. No one has seen my struggles enough to realize I deserve to be where I am right now. It didn't even make me feel so like I had to convince myself I deserve being here. I literally took a step back and looked around. I'm like, I deserve being here. I deserve to be treated well. I deserve to go in the hot tub, starting my day, finishing my day. I deserve to have easy access to food. I deserve to have really nice people checking in on my surroundings. Even though it's not me directly, I'm glad that there's really nice customer service here. I'm really, really coming into myself in terms of being so sure on who I am and my direction without the distractions. Considering how all the roofs that I've had to share with people within this past year has evidently impacted me, being at this spa has showed me, proved to me that your surroundings, your environment is so important on your mental health. Like, it will make or break your mental health. No matter how strong I want to be and feel, having surrounding people constantly belittle what I do, constantly not see my worth or shine, and even try to dim it, oh, it was really frustrating and it got to me. But being here, no one does that. Everyone who comes here is coming here to relax. Everyone who's coming here is coming here to enjoy their own time. The other day, I heard a girl come here. It was her birthday. She was celebrating it alone. A staff had asked her, oh, don't you have a boyfriend? And she was like, yeah. I have boyfriend, I have plans with my friends, but on my birthday, I want to spend it alone. And I don't know, something about hearing her say that just made me feel like this is a perfect spot for me to fully focus on myself. Why I keep getting a little deterred is because I'm hitting a block on my routine just because I haven't been outside. It's the outdoors. It's about to rain for 4 days straight, so I don't really care with that regard, but it was really nice today and I missed it completely. Even sleeping here is super comfy. I realized that a part of me was getting bothered about seeing how much I have already paid here. But when I focus on solely day by day, I am safe here, I have money for one more night, that's what I focus on to keep positive, to keep myself like fine in this stillness, because I'm not inspired to go anywhere else. It's when I start getting a little bit antsy and I start overthinking those things, that's when I start being like, oh, should I look for somewhere else? But every time I try to look somewhere else, I get really like, I don't want to look anywhere else. And I just saw TikTok literally confirming why I felt so creeped out staying in a hotel in Washington, D.C. I stayed in a Marriott. Do your best to not stay in these big chain hotels, okay? They literally work with human traffickers. Don't. When I stayed in that hotel, I was scared. I felt scared. And I know to trust my gut. I couldn't sleep well. I felt like I was being watched all night. When I went in the bathroom to shower the next day, I literally felt like someone was watching me. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like the mirror was the kind of mirrors where you can see through it, but I couldn't see on the other side. It was the one-sided mirror. Really felt like my room had that. Now seeing the trafficking thing, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm not going into a hotel. It sucks because I don't want to just focus on the cheap price and focus on how much I've spent here already, because I'm really, really trying to own the fact of I'm being taken care of. I'm abundant now. I don't need to worry about, buyer's remorse. And I think that's partly what it was. Like I was starting to feel like buyer's remorse towards these things. It's so nice because the bigger part of me is saying, no, this is what I deserve. I deserve all of this. I really enjoy every day. I've made a routine on my flow of how I want to be in my days here. Like basically, I'm still carrying that main character energy, surrounded by all these people, still doing my own thing. Like within the past 2 days, I've increased my routine to add stretching and doing yoga and meditation in the meditation room. Started that for 2 days and I felt amazing. Then I go into like a little corner to do my tarot reading for myself and then tarot reading for my TikTok page. Today was a break. Today's Sunday, so it's a break from my marketing work. It's refreshing not to focus on that today compared to how much I have been focusing on it being here. It's really nice though, like having all the great high-speed Wi-Fi, having a lot of privacy too, especially concerning my work. My work needs privacy, right? So I have privacy to do it. I am sure that 1 or 2 people may have seen what's been on the screens, but we're vibing. What might have comforted me a little bit more here is actually talking to another person. Since I've been here for a full week, I've only talked to one person, and that was in the hot tub when we were beside each other. Now I'm not really calling for being approached. I don't really have too much social battery in this current moment anyways. It's the end of the day. I have a huge urge to want to tell at least one staff member how grateful I am to be in such a safe space, and that I've been here for so long because I've left an abusive situation. I don't know if I wanted to tell the staff I'm homeless because I don't really want to share that, but I want to share that I'm really happy to be here for this reason. I recommend this spa over and over again though. Like this is such a good place to be, to relax, to stay. I can totally imagine like me and my partner coming here and doing like a couple's day here. They have couple massages and then there's just like a lot of spaces to just cuddle and be, and you could stay here overnight. Clearly I've been here overnight. You pay an overnight fee every day. There was a moment where I was getting a little bit freaked out if I should stay here because of my money. When I kind of surrendered and released the thought of any kind of lack or worry on staying here longer, I really got blessed. I got blessed and shown, no, it's okay, stay here longer. It's so amazing to receive that kind of help. Being here especially and having to pay day by day makes me focus on day by day. I feel like now that I'm talking about this, I feel I only start getting antsy about the space and time when I start overthinking about anything past a day. My birthday is in 15 days, and even the thought of that freaks me out, because when I want to focus on that, I'll be like, oh, I can't imagine being here still for my birthday. That's just too long of a stay. I don't even know what I want to do for my birthday. My resources, I don't know how things are gonna be. I notice when I get blessed. There's just so many things that tell me every day to go day by day. When I accept it, I feel more at ease and flow. When I don't accept it, I feel so anxious, and I know that's what it is every time I get anxious, but a part of me is just like, how long? I know the part of the journey is not to reach the destination already, and I think what it is that I'm hitting a repetitive point of being here. My days look too similar. I'm not really going outside to ground like that. I'm grateful I can ground in the hot tub, but compared to, hearing the birds and being with the trees, it's different. If I leave the space, I think I actually have to leave and change my card and all that stuff. So I'm gonna really just stay here until I'm called to go somewhere else. I'll just suck it up, because I'm when I remind myself that I'm safe and that I'm literally in a luxury space, I'm really in a space that I'm calling in for myself. Being in the spa, that's luxury. Being okay in it, sitting in it, that's luxury. It's not so much that I'm already excited to do the next thing, but I think I can see my bigger picture so well and so bright that, the part of me is just I've been kind of in this state for years, and I'm grateful for the blessings I get in between, and I understand that everything's happening as it is, but I get in my head a lot. What's been helpful for my communication and social battery has been going on TikTok lives, because at least if I'm not talking to anyone in person, I'm talking to people online, and that's my only purpose of going on lives. I'm not even trying to be entertaining or anything like that. I just simply want conversation. It's frustrating when I know this is something that I asked for, but I can't just let it go of how I want something else. It drives me crazy when I notice I do that. That's living such a fast pace that I'm used to, and that's not fully enjoying things and allowing things to take its time and being patient. It's just this patience thing it drives me nuts. Patience is such a virtue, but I just feel I'm plateauing. I am bored. The change that does happen, I'm grateful for the changes that happen, but fuck, it always comes with such stress. A week before I left New Jersey, I did basically manifest to come back to Toronto. I was tweeting about Toronto a week before he kicked me out. That was basically how I was able to come back, I manifested it, but it just didn't happen in the way that I thought it would or hoped it would. It came much more brutal, stressful, and it just seems like my transitions are always so brutal and stressful. Where's a happy transition? Where's a oh my god, yay, finally, oh my god, everything's working out for me, like that. It's always I'm so fucking stressed. What can I do? Oh, okay, yeah, this is gonna work out for me. Fine, I'll just do this. So I was just met with, I've been telling myself all day to stay in an excited feeling, because that's what's gonna call in the goodness around you, the sulking is not gonna help. Excitement is what calls things in, but fuck. It's annoying because truly there's nothing to complain about. There's really not, but I feel like there's so much wrong. And I know it's in my head, but fuck. I'm over it. I'm over feeling like I don't fucking know anything. It's so tiring. And I know that's the point of the flow. I know that's the point of releasing control, and what I'm going through right now is literally trying to release control and relax here. I think I'm bored. I think when I feel bored, I feel really unmotivated, and then I feel like my life is stagnant. That's honestly what happens when I feel bored. I'm not really doing anything or going anywhere when I feel bored. And in doing that, makes me feel like I need to do more. trying not to be hard on myself because I feel like I've been trying to learn this about myself for so long, trying to really place patience in my life, but fuck. Patience that happens with the imposter syndrome and the self-sabotage in my brain, like it's a lot mentally. I feel like I have to talk to people often and every day to feel like I'm not going crazy, to feel like I'm fine. How am I about to cry right now? How am I about to cry right now knowing I'm safe? Knowing I'm not worried about my roof, like. Fast forward to the next day. You know, I realize whenever I go through those motions of feeling so stuck in my head, the next day is clarifying because it feels like I go through one day of the motions of transitioning. So it makes my ego feel out of control, and it makes me evidently feel like I'm out of control. And yesterday was just a whole thing of knowing I'm okay, knowing I'm still within the flow, that I don't have to do anything more. Anything that I'm going through right now is all in my head. It truly is all in my head. I was writing about how I get in my head a lot about my progress, and when things feel too still, I get worried. If it's too still and I feel like I'm on a repetitive routine, I feel like I want to seek more. So there's just a balance that I'm always having to realign myself with to remember I'm okay. And whenever I start feeling like, oh, okay, I want something more, it's because I feel settled in my routine and I'm happy within my routine. It's just I start feeling like my environment doesn't support the routine. This place is really in alignment with who I'm becoming. It's a fucking spa. It's a spa that has lots of amenities, people catering to you. Like this is what I'm actually calling it. This is what I deserve. This is what I know I would like in my reality, you know, these kind of relaxing moments, pampering myself, treating myself. Like this is what I asked for. A week of being here has already made me feel like, oh, I need something more, which is crazy because watch the next little strife that I go through and be like, why am I going through another change like this? Like it's funny to be seeing myself go through the motions. I'm becoming more and more aware of the transition itself and knowing that I'm moving places or doing these certain things because it's what I asked for. It's when things feel crazy, part of my brain wants to feel like, oh, I'm going through another hard time again. And it's fair to think that before, but I have to remember, I literally brought myself into a new cycle. I brought myself into a whole new reality. Like, I'm literally staying in a spa that I can afford. I start getting in my head about how should I be more cost effective in going to another place? And, you know, in that kind of logic, sure. But where I'm headed to right now, if I do that and think that way, I feel like it's gonna just set me back. And not to do like a whole year of a cycle again or anything, but it's gonna teach me another lesson why I should have stayed here and really made myself enjoy this way more. The part where I'm starting to notice today to start is to, like, I have enjoyed this place for the calm. I have enjoyed this place for the peace it provides me and for the stability to continue doing my work and my hobbies in a safe space. Like I've been able to enjoy that for what it is, like that. Letting my body rest, letting my mind rest, and my emotions too. So that kind of balance has been there. But I think for my next point, what I'm gonna start today is add actual excitement to everything that I'm doing here, because everything I'm doing here is something I'm truly grateful for having. I got a little bit too used to the area, so I wasn't appreciating it as much every day, which is crazy because this is what I've asked for. I want to be excited for, you know, simply going to the meditation room. You know, I'm not saying that I wasn't excited for first experiencing it, but I think when I experienced it like 3 times, the luster kind of went away. I was like, oh, I want more. But that's where your problems could lie, you know, where you crave more all the time when you're really sitting in your blessings. And that's what I'm learning right now. I realized this, especially after how confused I felt last night. I realized this so much today, waking up, that I'm meant to be here to fully enjoy what is here. So I'm extra excited to go into the hot tub today and enjoy it. I'm extra excited to go into the restaurant and enjoy the food I'm gonna eat today. I'm excited to pamper myself in this arena. I might go into that red room area. I haven't sat in this red room area specifically, and I read what it's about. It helps with like, it's more depthly explained, I can't fully remember, but it has something to do with like helping the lymphatic movement of your body. Like something about it is very beneficial for health, because even looking in that direction, my eyes are just like, I don't want to sit in there. So maybe that might be not a place for me. I don't want to force myself to do things just because it's there as well. Like if it doesn't call to me, it doesn't call to me. I know I enjoy the meditation room, which has amethyst inside of the room, and it's a little bit heated as well. So I feel like it's my little medium to the red infrared. I also haven't actually tried any of the saunas here. There's 4 of them. I haven't been in any of them yet because when I get overheated, I get really like this. I'm just judging it based on the hot tub because I can only last in the hot tub for 10 minutes. And I know that's all you need to be in the sauna, but I feel like the heat I already gain from the hot tub that I do 2 times in a day is already enough. And plus it also extra benefits me because it's the water. Like it's my way of naturally grounding with an element here. I'm not going outside to be around the trees or smell the fresh air or really be around flames or anything like that, because I haven't done like my fire releasing ritual that happened for the full moon in Capricorn. I didn't light the fire for that, so I haven't been around my actual elements that I'm used to. Like I haven't lit fire for my joints or anything. You know, whenever I remember, I intentionally light the fire for my joints, intend something, smoke it, intending something. Like all the things that I want to do, incorporating the natural elements, I want to remember to set certain intentions with them, just to amplify things, just to be more aware of everything that I'm doing, even down to how I smoke, because I really like having weed part of my life. It has been way more beneficial than it is harmful. The only times it's starting to become harmful is when I actually rely on it too much, where the effects don't actually stay long or I feel it that much. So I know I need a break. So I feel like when I get into the motions of knowing when to have it, how to have it, I think it'll be really beneficial like that for my long-term success with this. As it is a natural product, you know, it's great for you and great for your healing, but to use it in moderation. Can't be too hard on myself. I really know I'm more prone to having an addictive personality, so learning the motions of weed, I'm not going to be hard on myself, because before weed was drugs and alcohol, so I'm gonna not be hard on myself when it comes to weed. I'm learning how to wean off of it being here. To be honest, I only slept 1 day without the edibles being here. Every other day I've kind of had it, but I'm not going to be hard on myself, because the day that I did feel like I could go without it, I was coming off of a high of like, yes, I can do this. So I was able to do it then. The last 3 days have been a little bit chaotic for me mentally, just because I just didn't know where I stood when it came to this place specifically, on if I should stay here or if I should look for another place. But now that I woke up here feeling like it's fine, like the staff are not asking me anything, I am fine here, I'm able to afford it here, I'm going to stay here, excitedly enjoy it. I'm going to challenge myself to talk to a little bit more people here. Maybe that can raise the excitement for me. I want to talk to other people here, because I want to hear about how other people are experiencing here, and I don't know, just to have a feel of connection and community. Since I feel aligned here, I'm guessing that the people who are coming here feel aligned here too. Why not start off with that base and figure it out? So I'm feeling a lot more hopeful than last night. I'm really glad I got to vent and talk about last night, because those are genuine concerns. You know, I have reasons to feel the way I did last night. I'm gonna validate myself for those, because I'm allowed. Like all that confusion, all that worry, I think with the releasing of writing to my brother and my dad too, like releasing that energy of feeling unwanted, I think it helped a lot with staying here. The feeling of, oh, I need to do more than this, like it stems from, I'm not gonna say it's their fault, but with how much they've instilled that kind of thinking onto me, like I'm like, okay, I can be okay here. Like I'm okay here. I am safe here. I literally have asked for a year straight, can I please have a space where I feel safe, where I feel good to do my work, where I don't feel any jealous or envious emotions directed at me, where it might impact me, where I don't feel like I am in a place to not be myself. Like I'm not taking my content here, but it's not in the state where I don't feel uncomfy to take my content because of the people. Like I just can't, because it's a public space. You can only have your camera out in certain areas for so long, and the places I want to take pictures, it's a public space. So I'm gonna let myself rest from that portion, because I love taking pictures of the places I'm in and me being in them. So I know that it's not gonna pass me by in that regard. I've already taken some pictures. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my stay here. I don't know how long that's gonna be, but I'm gonna really enjoy the rest of my days here.